As a reminder, your ascendant is at the beginning of your chart and is the beginning of your first house. If you know your date of birth, obviously your time of birth and your place of birth on this planet, you can calculate your ascendant using one of the links that I've supplied below. Taurus Ascendant. How very passionate, yet coy. This is a disconnect in this girl or boy. They've put into a family something that's very interesting, for they're enticed by pleasure and sensuality, but they're resisting it. There is a feeling of more and a feeling of happy only when one can create themselves a situation that's collapsing. They can have this world by the tip of its toe. They can have everything, and that they know. They've got everything by its tail already. And anything they do in this world is pretty steady. But what they're missing is the knowing that they deserve. They're not here to pander and to serve, to put down their head, to know nothing. They will choose. Because they know that without passion, life of abundance is no use. So here we have domestic situations where Taurians have created for them manifestations of great wealth or calm demeanors, something that's not too unstable, but it brings it to instability. Taurus wants to see this house fall. They do desire calamity, even though they deserve the most placid of environments. They feel that without fight for truth, in silence, they are none other than just a void, collapsing into itself greater pleasure. And that's the funny placement for your leisure, because your leisure is what becomes most satisfying. For this ascendant in Taurus is forever flying, multiplying and realigning people by the creation of their pleasures. Come alive great steeples and great domes of knowing. Through pleasure, leisure, and creativity, they come here showing us that goings on in our lives are blissful, and everything we've come to in the end is useful. They're using us, the Taurian ascendants. They're using us as galaxy defenders, as different means of being, actors, playwrights, anything at all. They use us as a way to reach a goal, but they don't really need that goal at all. For what they want for us really is to know that as above, so below, and as the story goes for Taurus, they feel frightened and a little bit threatened. In any circumstance of life around anybody, they feel like a bait for us, you see. There is a feeling inside Taurus in any circumstance that life will put them under a slumberful trance, should they only decide that, yep, they're happy with just releasing and relaxing. So they have to be tight and constantly compressing, addressing these people with very much distrust for what they've become in the past incarnations is a feature of lust. They know that somebody's kind of after them now, for they are in a way a great golden cow. There is something about Taurus Ascendant that's special, and that something special makes them very uneasy and passionful yet, for a life that is breezy. They don't want any crazy ideas, but they'll find them. As life will put them into a bind and confine them. They don't want any strange situation, but they'll see it unravel in front of them. As they will it. They will it to be strange and captivating. For they have created for them an incarnation that's not for meditating. It's for release. Release, forever just releasing. They are creating situations that are not always pleasing, just to be free somehow and to be featured in somebody's life again is just a pretty picture. For us, it's very hard to really just connect to a Taurus Ascendant because something inside their soul is incredibly independent but denying of itself. It wants to be unstealth. It wants to be known in some way as that which has come to be. It has come a long way. It's a being that's very powerful in a way. But what has come to be is somebody who will sway and stay at the same time. They'll stay where they've been put, but my oh my, does their mind wander into different dimensions as what they want to be is other people's infatuations. They can't be still solidified and sure within one little house with one little door. This person will eventually find a situation where they are infatuated not over. They're just a mindless fracture. They're just a fraction of a household somehow. And that will make this great accomplisher of past lives nothing but a friendly cow. If they're in a household where the other people are more worthy in status, then a great gentle side this calf will show us. They become young and fresh when they feel they're around powerful people. And though it may be ironic, but the situation will never end. Very simple. They want to see power and they want to be around it. And with great galactic beings, they're always surrounded. But at the end of their journey, they'll find all this useless, as what all this search for commitment to greater things has brought was a life that's translucent. They're losing themselves by looking for stability. And in that very point is an incredible ability, as what they've come to be as a sucker for information. And Taurus Ascendant does create a greater satisfaction than anyone before in just being a listener and an observer, and for sure through that very beingness and presence, their life will give them all the pretense of amazing presence. They're given lots, but also see that it is nothing. And in their life, there will be a collapse at some point, where they've accomplished very much through just being calm, yet something is not gelling. And that will be that which is now revealing. As Gemini is that which they are looking for. They're looking for that feeling of fresh air and open door towards a life of purity and freedom. And though they do create most of their life in hard demeanor, in later years they lose it all. They can lose money, or their home, or their self-meaning, even ego. They can become so frivolous and strong. They will become somebody who is not alone, forever turning amongst people of great wisdom. They do become eventually enthroned in every single way they can be, through attainment of pleasure, not through desire to keep or hide away, but through the knowing that all is great, everything is fine, and they will always be okay. So though they do inspire in us a knowing of material possession, money, power, and all those great things of pleasure, in the end, an older Taurus Ascendant will be something that all of those things has transcended and brought into our world something that's full of meaning. And that is something that is not deceiving, it's just pure being. And the purity of the moment. And anybody looking at that person will automatically know it and feel completely satisfied and free. For that is what this Taurus Ascendant once gave to me. And knowing that everything will be fine forever. And so the whole world will be there. Together, everyone is free.